This sales classic was published in 1940, almost 84 years ago. It was written by master salesman Elmer Wheeler, and frankly, much of it is still relevant in 2024. This is a short summary of the book. Before we begin, let me restate the 5 amazing Wheeler points from another of Wheeler's books, called Tested Sentences That Sell. Wheeler Point 1, sell the sizzle, not the steak. It's the sizzle that sells the steak, and not the cow, although the cow may be mighty important. Steers can't take orders for their shank bones, but, when the waiter carries a sizzling steak across the restaurant, you hear, see, and smell that sizzle, and buy. Wheeler Point 2, don't write, telegraph. Learn how to speak telegraphically, how to boil your words down. The more you concentrate sunbeams, the deeper they burn. The finest steak in the world loses its sizzle if the waiter takes too long in delivering it. So learn the new art of verbal shorthand. Wheeler Point 3, say it with flowers. Happy returns of the day means much more when you say it with flowers. It's as much what you do as what you say. Say fortify your words with gestures. Back up your sizzles with action. Synchronize them with showmanship. Say and do all in one motion. Wheeler Point 4, don't ask if, ask which. Always give the other person a choice between something and something, never between something and nothing. Ask leading questions. Ask why, or where, or when, or how, or what. Not if but which. Give others a choice between 2 things you want. Wheeler Point 5, watch your bark. The best sizzle in the world flops with a thud if your voice is flat. Your voice is the carrier of your message. How you say it is just as important as what you say. Wheeler starts the book with stories about his time in Cuba and Mexico. He saw some amazing ways people sold things there. Here are some helpful ideas from the beginning of the book. Make it easy for the customer to buy your product. Ask the customer how much they want to pay. For example, you can use this when they say your product is too expensive or out of their budget. This could work if you're selling face-to-face. Be very honest and frank in your sales talk. Show before you ask. Display it, and then ask. Tell them what they get, not what they must pay. Tell the story behind your purchase of the product. Show what you want to sell. Display it. Pat it, touch it, feel it, do something with it to stimulate the innate appetites of those you want to sell. Find something interesting, unusual, or exclusive about what you are selling, then call attention to this detail and make a mountain of interest out of it. Now, the most important point of all is this. Don't let the other person realize you are selling him. Use invisible words. Use simple tactics. Be subtle. This might be a little tricky, so let's pick some real-life examples. The alarm is gentle, it won't jolt you. Alarm clocks. Plenty of elbow room for your husband. Large salad bowls. You can't make love through whiskers. Razor blades. Next up, what are your first 10 words going to be? This matters more than you think. They can make or break your impression, and very often make or break the sale. So pay attention. When a customer is looking at your articles, and you say, "Something I can show you today," and the customer vanishes. Instead, here's what a salesperson said to a customer who was looking at ashtrays. "Here is a new ashtray that is deep dish. The ashes won't blow all over your rugs." Zoom. The ashtrays sold like hotcakes with a sizzle like that, because one of the biggest problems of every housewife is keeping ashes off the rug and in the trays. Another lady would approach women at the gift counter, hold up a little china elephant, and say, "It brings you good luck." A young girl in a grocery store made many sales simply by holding up a bottle of large olives, and saying, 36 olives, large as plums. This is a quick meal, sells many canned goods to late afternoon shoppers who have taken too much time for bridge and want to get a quick supper ready for husbands. An ocean trip at home for your children sold many mothers' dishes with sailboat designs on them, and the 2 words, "It's reliable," sell innumerable weather indicators. Little words have lots of power. It's foolish to pay too much, but it's worse to pay too little. Says one washing machine salesman, and he sells his expensive model. Life begins with 50 pills. Says a clever drugstore clerk, as he shows a box of vitamin capsules, and sales rush upward. Learn the art of subtle suggested selling. Be subtle, not high pressure. Ask the right questions. Sale killers. What color do you want? Do you like green? Can I help you? Shall I wrap it for you? Something for you. Sale makers. These are the season's newest colors. Green is very smart this season. Isn't this a lovely design? Step to the desk and it will be wrapped for you. This just came in. Ask the right question to get the right answer. Ease into the sale. Get in step with others. When you talk about the hobby or interest of the other person, you are in step with him. When you make your appointments convenient for him, you are in step with him. When you tell him how what you sell will be in step with what he is trying to accomplish, you are in step with him. When you say things that have been tested to make him sizzle, you are in step with him. Line up with their thinking, get in stride with them. Make it easy for them to buy. Here's a very important thing to remember. What your product does for the customer is more important than how it's made. A golf ball can be made of tin, but as long as it will lower the score a point or two, he'll want that ball. Look for the low-score sizzles in your own business. Here's an interesting story about a young boy who sold between 300 and 500 special telegrams, when most of the boys sold from 30 to 50. When asked about his process, the boy said, "I just hold the paper and pencil toward them and ask who else they want to send birthday or holiday wires to." Then the boy said, rather sarcastically, "My only trouble is they keep my pencils." But behind this was psychology, the psychology of holding the pencil out toward the prospect, and having an air of confidence that the person was going to place an order. The moral: have confidence, and ask for the order. It's as important to know when to see a prospect and when to leave him as it is to say the right thing while you're with him. Often a prospect will have come to a decision about your product before you are aware of it. If you keep on talking, you very often talk yourself right out of a sale. As soon as you notice a buying signal, you must start to close the sale. Some examples of buying signals you must look out for are when the customer handles the product, puts down the article to listen, asks the opinion of friends standing by, sits down, takes off his or her coat. Here are a few of the questions a person will ask when he begins to be interested in buying. Is it guaranteed? Will it tarnish? Or fade, or shrink, depending on the type of merchandise under consideration? How does it work? When can it be delivered? How often do you oil it? Look out for the cues actively.